Hey guys, welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day high protein style. I've already had my breakfast. I'm gonna show you what I had for breakfast today. It's my go-to, it has lots of protein, it makes me feel great, and I have to show you the best Christmas sweater I found. Check it out. Have a holly dolly Christmas, isn't that amazing? I love Dolly Parton. So I'm so happy you guys are here. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe if you're new here. I would love to see you guys again. I make videos just like this one on a regular basis. Mwah! So today's video is going to be intuitive eating. I am not tracking anything that I'm eating today, which is actually what I do basically every day. I don't track my food very often. I like to do it on occasion so that I can just see where I'm at. But on a regular basis, I'm not tracking my calories or my protein. I'm just living my life and eating healthy foods and focusing on lots of protein. So I'll show you how I eat on a very typical regular day. And you might notice my voice is a little bit raspy. I have been sick for a few days, but it's mostly just my voice. I don't really feel sick. It's all good, it's all good. I always have eggs, I have homemade sourdough bread, and if you want to know how to make sourdough bread yourself, check out my recent video where I take you through step by step how I make my sourdough bread at home. It is honestly so good. It's my obsession. Especially around this time of year, there's nothing like a fresh loaf of bread out of the oven. So good. So this breakfast has a really good amount of protein, a little bit of fat, and some healthy carbs, which is perfectly balanced in my opinion. And I'm also gonna be adding a little bit of maple butter on top of my toast. Oh my goodness, if you have not tried maple butter, this stuff is like liquid gold. I absolutely love maple butter. You have to try it. And of course, I have to have my cup of coffee after breakfast with a splash of whole milk. This is just part of my regular daily routine, and so is my kids ruining my couch and using it as a trampoline.
For Christmas on the tree.
Really?
On that tree.
So I'm going to have a shot of espresso to give me a little bit of energy and motivation to get in the gym. I'm gonna get a workout in, focus on some strength training. I've been using the Fitbod app now for like a couple months at least, maybe longer. And I just love it. It is an awesome workout app. If you guys are looking for something to try out this new year, I highly recommend Fitbod. It has really transformed my workouts and I am getting some results, which is awesome, which is what you want when you're at the gym, of course. So I'm just gonna take you along with me today. I'm gonna show you some things that I'm up to. I'm gonna be making bread and putting some teacher gifts together, which includes bread. If you haven't noticed, I love bread. It's kind of an obsession. Boop, 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 boop. And yes, I already had a coffee this morning. Do not judge me. Ooh. Oh, yes, that's strong. I feel like a drug addict right now. Look away, I'm hideous. I'm gonna show you guys one of the reasons I love this app. Okay, so it's telling me to do, can you see this? A Superman hold here. So I'm gonna click it. But I don't love this exercise. I don't like doing it from the floor. I love doing it on an incline bench because I love the range of motion that way and I can add some weight to make it a little bit harder. So all I have to do here, there's a replace button right here. So I'm just gonna click replace and then it gives me a bunch of different exercises that are going to hit the same muscle groups, but just alternatives. So I know which exercise I prefer, so I'm just gonna find it in this list here. So here they have a stability ball hyperextension. So that's close enough. I'm just gonna do mine on a bench instead, but it's like the exact same thing. So I'm gonna click on that. And then here it gives me an option where I can add the weight that I'm using for each set. So that's one of the main reasons I love this app. And I also love that it tracks the rest time in between your sets. So it just keeps you on track, keeps you from getting distracted, because it will have a little bell ring when it's time to go again. So if I'm distracted on my phone, once I hear the bell, I'm like, okay, gotta put the phone down and I gotta get down to business. So love Fitbod, you have to try it. Workout is done. Now it's time to have a post-workout shake, and I'm gonna keep it really simple because I'm lazy. All right, so I just finished my workout, and I typically will have a post-workout shake with a whey protein isolate, and sometimes I like to add a little bit of creatine, which is really good for muscle recovery and a heap load of other benefits. And I'm gonna make some bread, have a shower, and get on with my day. So things I don't add in my post-workout shake would be fats. I avoid fats after a workout because typically after a workout, your body is craving really quick energy to get in and recover all of those muscle fibers that you were just tearing. So fat kind of slowly digests in your body. So we want a quick carb and a quick protein. So that's why I will typically add a little bit of banana or other fruit to my smoothie for my quick carb. And then I will just add a whey protein isolate, which is really high in protein and really quick to digest, which is what you want post-workout. All right, let's make some bread. So I have been making bread all week because I've been trying to perfect these cute little Christmas tree patterns on my bread, and I'm gonna be gifting the kids' teachers with a little gift basket with the bread and some local honey and jam and a little gift card. Hold on. We already had a smoothie, honey. So that is what I'm going to do today. I'll show you how I make little Christmas trees. I am so in love with how these sourdough loaves turned out. Look how cute. Little Christmas trees. Look how cute these are. I just love these. Isn't it amazing that this big blob of flour and water and salt is going to turn into this? Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. So while my dough is resting, I have about half an hour, so I'm just gonna have a quick shower, wash my hair, and then I'm gonna come up and have some lunch, which will probably just be leftovers because it's already afternoon, so I don't really want to make anything from scratch, and I have lots of leftovers in the fridge to use up, so almost lunchtime, and then it will be time to get the kids at school. So I'll have to wrap up the teacher gifts, deliver those to the school, and I'm gonna show you how I'm putting the sourdough loaves here in a little gift packaging for the teachers. Leftover chicken breasts. So I'm gonna be making lunch for my husband and myself. So this is a 2-person portion. I know I'm high protein, but I definitely would not eat that much chicken on my own. I also have some leftover rice. So the perfect amount for both of us. I will just have like a tiny bit. I'm not really big on carbs at lunchtime lately. I've been kind of cutting back on my carbs at midday because yeah, I'm not really craving carbs in the middle of the day, and I'd rather save my carbs for breakfast and dinner. So I find just cutting back on the carbs at lunch just, yeah, helps me not to overdo it on the carbs during my day. I also have leftover salmon. So I'll probably do a combo of chicken and salmon for lunch today because I want to use up both proteins, and then I'll just do a salad for the veg. Actually, I have some other leftover veggies I'm going to use as well, because this looks like a good portion, but I just feel like I need a little bit more veggies to fill up my belly. And this is my husband's. There he is. Oh, hey.
Hey, hey.
Dun, 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 dun. You know what time it is. Look away, I'm hideous. So instead of making a latte, which is just a shot of espresso with all milk poured on top, I make an Americano. So it's got the, here. It's still espresso, but it's hot water. So it's basically like a cup of coffee. And then I'm just gonna top it with a little bit of steamed milk on the top so that it still feels like a fancy drink, but it doesn't have all of the calories that like a whole glass of milk would have. Oh, I know what I'm missing. I know what I'm missing. Okay, craving something sweet, so have a look. These are the best Italian almond cookies. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna link the recipe in the description below because I found this online ages ago and I make it every year at Christmas time. So good. You can thank me later. First things first, gotta get Dolly on. Just grabbed a Christmas box like that. On the side, I'm gonna put this beautiful loaf in a bag. Just have these little bags I found on Amazon. I like them because they can extend. You can make them bigger. So the loaf, and just gonna twist it. Put a little tie. I have a little gold tie. Like that.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare Him room, and
am so in love with how this turned out. Look.
Joy to the earth.
For dinner tonight, I'm gonna be making a homemade lemon chicken soup with barley and some vegetables. And I just made up this recipe as I went along, which is typically how I cook in my house. And this soup ended up tasting so yummy. I really love the lemon flavor that I added, and everything was just perfect for this cold winter day. So I just took some chicken thighs and removed the skin. I'm searing them in a pot, and in the meantime, I'm chopping up some onion and celery and also some carrots. So once the chicken has browned, I remove it from the pot. So it's not fully cooked yet, but it has a nice sear. And then I'm gonna be adding my chopped vegetables into that same pot and just letting them soften a little bit, adding a little pinch of salt as well for flavor. And then while that's cooking, I'm gonna get a couple cloves of garlic peeled and ready. I don't like to add these at the beginning because garlic does burn, so I save them until a little bit later. And I also had some fresh thyme and rosemary that I just used a little bit of butcher twine to tie together. I found this actually was amazing because I didn't have to spend a bunch of time like picking off every piece of the herbs, which is so time consuming. Literally time consuming. Did you get my joke? Time, fresh thyme. Anyways, I just put it in the pot like that so I could easily remove it later. And then I have some pearled barley. I used about 3/4 of a cup and some bay leaves and 2 cartons of chicken broth. So I let that simmer, and while that's simmering, I am going to be just working a little bit more on my bread. So this is just a pre-shape, sprinkling it with flour and letting it rest on the counter. So back to my soup now, I'm gonna be adding 1 whole lemon, and this added a yummy, delicious lemony flavor to the soup. Maybe start with half a lemon. My husband said it was a little bit lemony. I loved it, but maybe start with half a lemon instead of a whole lemon if you aren't the biggest fan of lemon juice. Give it a little taste test, add a little bit more salt and pepper if needed. And now my chicken has fully cooked, so I'm just setting it aside so I can pick off the meat once it's cooled down a little bit. So I have dinner already. So I have soup. So I have the vegetables and the barley and the broth all here together, and I'm actually gonna keep the chicken here separate. I'm not gonna dump it all into the soup pot. I'm going to pick out a bunch of chicken meat and put it in my bowl first, and then I'll just pour the rest on top. That way I can see that I'm getting enough protein for my dinner and I'm not just getting little tiny pieces here and there. So that's just a good hack if you're wanting to have like a chicken soup or some kind of brothy, soupy meal, but you also want to have enough protein. Just have your protein on the side, and then you can kind of manage how much protein you're actually having per serving. Just a little tip. Well, the day is coming to an end, and I always end my day with a big bowl of plain Greek yogurt with some yummy toppings, and that typically includes peanut butter and keto granola with some fruit. This is the perfect way to finish off a day with some extra protein and a delicious snack. I'm so glad you guys joined me today, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe. See you soon.